Video is going to show you on Proloquo how to find some of the language that you might want to use with the students at the rodeo tomorrow. This is the home screen of just a 15 button home screen, but basically you're going to do the same thing on the others. They just will have more words presented, so you'll look for the same kinds of categories unless the device has been very customized. So here you have this, the early parts of the core words: I want, I go, I do. You know, you have the chat button that has some general types of things: yes, no, hello, goodbye, and then expressions that they might want to use while they are talking about what they want to do. So yes and no, great, out, you know, all these different exciting little phrases that they might want to say. Underneath things, we find the category of animals, and here we find some of the farm animals. And if you either wipe, scroll, or you go to the more, you're going to find more animals. And here's a specific category for farm animals, and you can see a plethora of those. And then if we hit more, there's going to be even more farm animals. So you can find your animals there while you're in the petting zoo and maybe engage your students in some things about that. And then under places, there's the restroom. If they need to use the restroom, they can talk about inside or outside, and that the animals are where they are. Just different places, different things that you might want to get them to participate in. So let's look at the outdoor places and see. There's the word for farm under outdoors. So have fun with the rodeo and try to expose your students to some of these things. Many of you have been to the rodeo before and know the kinds of activities that they have, like the horse races where you're running around in circles and all those different things. So there's a lot that's going on, lots of fun for them to participate in. We've got vocabulary for the animals and feelings and things. So have a good time and get your kids talking. Oh yeah, the other thing I forgot to say, which many of you already know, is if you hit on the lower left side where the 4 squares are together, there is a search button. And let's say you wanted to search for something in particular and to see, okay, rodeo. So here's the results for rodeo. Rodeo is under things and events. So if we go back and go to things and go to events, we should find the word rodeos. So I wanted to show you all a few vocabulary words that you might want to use tomorrow with your kiddos at the rodeo. We're going to start with lamp. So this is the lamp screen. Animals are underneath the picture of the dog. So the dog has come, but it's also animals. And you can see under pet farm that we have all the different farm animals: hen, rooster, cow, horse, sheep, pig, goat. So you can get your kiddos to talk about those. If you're looking for things about the rodeo and maybe you want to say something about, let's just say something about the weather, maybe, because the weather is so nasty. If you touch that umbrella on the bottom row where it says need, you can see that all the weather words are right there across the top. They might be feeling some things with the weather if it still looks like it looks today. And as we know, that barn is always cold. Let's think about things like the farm. And so I think that's under the map. Let's see. We got the farm there underneath the map. So you've got that word. I'm not sure where rodeo is. So if you're looking for a word, just a reminder that you can hit on the blue spell, number, etc., and do word finder. And let's see if rodeo is in there. Rodeo is in there, so let's hit find. Oh, okay, rodeo was not in there. So let's try something else. Let's try wild. So like a wild bucking bronco or something. Okay, that's under the dog. So we'll push our pattern, the dog, wild, and then
Wild.
it's a descriptor word, so it's there. Fast is underneath the tennis shoe here on the right, so I'm going to tap fast. And you can see that's also a descriptor word, so it's in the blue section there, and you can find it there. How about some of the clothing? Let's see if the clothing is in the device. So let's look again for hat. And find it, and it's under wear and hat. So wear and then hat.
Hats.
And so let's look under wear and clothing and see what other clothing we have. We have jeans. We have boots, the cowboy boots there on the lower left side. So there are some things that you can use to talk about at the rodeo. Let's see if cowboy is in there. So we're going to go back to the word finder and hit cowboy. And find, and it was not in this device. So cowboy isn't in there. If you wanted to add it, of course, you could add it into your device. So that's on LAMP Words for Life, and I hope that you find that helpful and can go through some of those things with your students. The last vocabulary that we're going to have a look at is TouchChat, and we are going to specifically look at MultiChat 15 because that's the one that a lot of your students use. But basically, if they're using TouchChat, they're going to find things the same way regardless of the vocabulary that they're using. It's going to look very similar. So if you use these strategies, that'll work. There's a variety of vocabularies built into this, just like there are with Proloquo. But basically, when you're looking for something about the rodeo, you're going to be thinking about actions, descriptions, and things, right? So let's look at what's under actions. And you can see that's where all the different verbs are. You can see that you can get down to more actions and find even more verbs to talk about. So you might be talking about playing or running or riding the horse or watching the animals or wanting the animals or taking a walk. So lots of great vocabulary there that you can model for your students. Let's go back one screen and you can see again we have the drink and eat and go and help. All those words that your students are likely to want to use. And then let's come back to home screen. Look at the descriptions. In the descriptions, we have things like pretty, we have favorite, we have feelings, where the student might want to say that they are bored or fine or excited or happy or scared of an animal. Lots of great vocabulary there in the descriptions. And then lastly, things. So when we touch on things, the thing that they're likely to be talking about at rodeo is probably the animals, that first category there. And if we go to more animals, we're going to find the farm animals and be able to select the farm animals. So especially in that petting zoo, the kids might be excited to be able to choose what it is they're looking at or tell you what they're looking at or, just engage you in some way. Let's go back to home and you can see that the core word display is going to be under the core words where you can also get some of those if you're trying to get a longer sentence. I can, I want, I do, I like, those kinds of things. And then if we go back to the home page again, If you can't find a word and there's a word that you want to see, if it's in your device, we're going to tap on keyboard. And then on the upper right corner, we're going to tap on find a word and go ahead and type whatever word it is in there. Let's put cowboy. And since the find didn't show up, that tells us that cowboy is not in the device. So we can try a different word. Or you could adapt and find cow and boy and get them to say cowboy. But let's just say we wanted to say jeans. So we can find that, and you can see it's under the wear to wear jeans. So let's touch.
I don't want to wear jeans.
So that should be able to be accessed other ways as well. Maybe under actions. No, where's not there.
I don't want.
So let's go ahead and find another word. So we're going to hit the keyboard, find the word, and how about boots? And we're going to hit find out of that. We're going to go to the things. We're going to go to clothing. And we can probably find boots in here.
Boots.
And we can probably find
winter hat
there too. Let's see if jeans, there was
jeans.
So sometimes that finder isn't so good. I guess it depends on the vocabulary it actually was home to. But go ahead and look for things that way, or think about classifications when you are trying to find some words that, especially for those nouns. So good luck, have fun tomorrow, and we will see you there. Be warm.